Hello and welcome. Yig here. Today we are looking at Fantasy Idol Dungeon. Why is my mic? Oh, there. Let's go. Okay. My microphone was doing something weird. By the way, one thing for this. This is a idle adventure. You control basically a group of pets, for lack of a better term. We'll look at them in 1 second and I'll explain that. If you do like the gameplay you see here, there'll be a link to the same page in the description. And this is sort of a idle auto battler pet collector kind of thing, and it's pretty cool. So again, I'll have a link to the Steam page in the description. If you enjoy these videos and want to help the channel grow, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. We're getting closer and closer. We are actually doing very well, on pace to actually possibly hit 1,000. So that'll be very cool. So we're gonna jump into the area that I'm in now. We'll just go ahead and auto battle next stage, and what that does is these allows you to set up what they're going to do. So this is our party, and I'll explain a bunch of that here in a second. So here's the auto battling screen, and they'll just sit here and cruise along, and this means that they will go to the next version and so on as they go. So that kind of sets up what they're doing. You can also just run them on one. We can turn that up a little faster. So let's take a look at what little I have in there, and you can see there is a lot of things left for me to unlock. So this is the merchant. They sell you eggs, and eggs, you can buy them, and it will hatch into something. So some of them are very cool looking, some of them are very interesting, and some of them are very, very strong. Now, we'll go over to our actual lodge over here. You have a little compendium over here that tells you all the ones you found, which is pretty nice. And then, I don't know what the scroll does yet. So, we do have some talents and things like that. But there's still a bunch of things for me to find out. Now, we've actually just grabbed a couple people. We do have these guys. They are adventuring out there. So if we click here, they're still cruising along through this. And they're going to try and get to as high a level as they can. Now, we'll go over here real quick and we'll check it out. Now, this is the actual meat and potatoes of your guys here. So this is only going to be kind of a couple of menus real quick, and I do apologize, but it helps to explain. And I'm also going to give you something that I know is kind of a pain. But what helped me get farther in here, and I'll explain that in a second. We'll be back in this screen to explain that. But this is basically them. They have some equipment, and each one of them has some stats. And they have some passive talents and things like that. They have potentials, and I don't know quite how to do a bunch of these things, like I said. We have a blue here. What do you do? Ability, power, and speed. Okay, no, I think I'll just go ahead and take you out and put you on. We just made that one. We have a couple of these that we were making. I need to go farm some materials for those. That's also what they do while they're out here. Now, these Jin, as you're in here, and in each of these, let's go here. These guys each have their own stat bars, but they also have rarities, and there's some mixtures in stats. So one of the things that helped me out really early is I actually got lucky and got this little mouse guy here. And he rocketed my progression forward. Like, he's, as you can see now, it says we're up on adventure here, and we just started at the beginning, and I'll kind of show you. I'll kind of show you all that stuff. It's actually a pretty cool game. Like I said, there's a lot of levels to it, and it is an idler, so you're going to be doing a lot of letting them idle for equipment and stuff. These guys do that attack that you just saw there. But we're actually pretty lucky. We've got some pretty strong guys. And you can even look at your battle stats and see who's doing the most damage. And it's almost always going to be him. Sometimes he gets up there, but it's mostly always him. I got really lucky when I got that guy. We only got one healer. And he is also getting punched in the face the most. So, mixed bag? No, he's actually really good. He does so much damage for us and is really good. Like, he's probably carried my team through a huge amount of this. And that's the actual hint I want to show you in the other screen. When you're looking at your guys, now the initial guy that I had was... Where are you, mister? You know what? I don't even remember. Oh, the initial guy I had was this guy, was one of these. It's actually the one in the party. This was my initial guy. And you'll notice he's got his regular stats, and we can level him up. We could even level him up to like 10 right now. We'll put some more points in intelligence, and we'll put some more points in speed. And I will put some strength, because he does physically hit, even if he's mostly a caster. And getting him up to 10 is pretty good. You can rebirth and you can refine. I don't know what refine does. So again, there's a lot of things that I need. Oh, you can make dust out of people. Oh. So when you look at the center one, though, we have the stat bar here and how their growth is. Now, as you're summoning guys, they're going to come out with a bit of a randomness to it. So the default level guys, these guys, are pretty much always going to be this stat bar, this stat line. Everybody above that, from what I can tell, has variety. So what you want to do is 2 things to speed up your progress. 1, pull new gen until you can get a couple of blues. The blues with good stats, even stat blocks, even if it's like this, where he's only kind of mediocre, but health is his big thing because he's my tank, and you can see that in the equipment that he's got. He's amazing. Where this guy's just generally all around good, but he's not so great in spellcasting, which is great because he's literally a warrior. This guy, on the other hand, he's pretty average in everything except for casting, but he also has a really high speed, and he does a lot of damage and attacks because we've been able to put points in different places like that. As you go up in levels, you can put stuff in here, but this also affects how much stats you're getting from everything. So your character is, when you're pulling for your gen in the gen merchant, you're kind of looking to see if you get a guy with a good stat block. Because sometimes, and we'll do a pull or 2, sometimes you'll get guys, and that way we can go try out the other thing. You'll get guys, they look good, but maybe their stat block. Like, he's actually okay because his defense growth is, and he's a tank. Whereas this guy's green, so now he's got a little bit more in the stat growth. So getting yourself an early gen to kind of go crazy with is really good. We're just spending all their hard work. All right, so let's see what, okay, we've cleared that. Okay. And then we have not cleared that yet. Now, in this area, you also get a bunch of quests. So if we want to give one of these guys away, we can give him, and we can get this. And this brings me to my second tip. Some of these quests are pretty easy to do, the ones that you get early on. And it's a really good idea to kind of put a little focus into them. And the reason I say that is because just getting a guy with like better stats, and then having the blacksmith, by the way, once you get into the blacksmith thing, you start getting some really more interesting stuff. But again, in here, getting these guys with the better stat block when you're pulling, and getting one to kind of be the backbone of your team is really, really, really good. And so you get guys who are able to do a lot more and be, because my first initial team, oh man, the first hour and a half of this, I was struggling. I couldn't even get past the first area. Like, just legitimately going all the way up to hell difficulty on the first area, I would just crash out every time there for like the first hour and a half. Like I said, it's a semi-idle game, so you know it's kind of running in the background and collecting gold and things like that, so we can level up our guys and things like that, which is cool. I like that. I also like the artwork. The artwork is great. I really do. Like, the artwork is fantastic, and I really like. I like my little super mouse here and his little like cool uniform and stuff, and genuinely like getting them ready and getting stuff in there. Like in the main, I need to come in here in the blacksmith. I need to make some more of these. The problem is we only have a huge amount of that, and I actually need to start working on those. I also need some more armor made, but I don't have a lot of that, and that's the problem. I'm trying to figure out what do I do if there's a way for me to recycle my old stuff, because I would really like to not own all of these. I just need to own these ones that are a little bit better. We are getting a pretty, oh, do we have a flight in here? We could finish something if we had a flight in here. All right, so let's see how they're doing. They're on hell now. Round 4. How are we doing hit point wise? We are doing not great, and this is, I'm gonna say this is probably not gonna work out for us. So we may have to do some improvements to the team. Let's see how they do, though. Sometimes these battles do take a little bit because you do have some of these things have a lot of hit points. Thankfully, one thing we have that they don't is a healer. It's a healer that's very slow to use its healing, which is maybe not great. But They don't have one, so any damage we inflict, as long as we don't go to round 30, round 30 is just you lose. And that's up here. Here's your difficulty. Here's your current round. And if you hit round 30 in one combat, you just lose that combat. And like I said, you got the battle stats and a lot of other things. I think we're going to do pretty good, though, because we've got these. If we can get one guy down, the rest of them are pretty close on the front row. He's going to probably die. Our mouse actually has some regen built into his kit, in his gear. I'm gonna say we probably can't win this one. Oh, that attack's real nice. Yeah, yeah. I don't think we're gonna be able. Well, if our tank had the ability, had a taunt, that would be what we could kind of use. Because our tank's tanky, just not taunting anyone. Is there a taunt skill in our? Let's see what we have here. Witchcraft shield mastery. Wearing a shield, the attribute. Wearing leather armor. Cover 10 extra magic. Ooh, that's pretty good. Main attribute of sword. Consumption of magic points. I don't see one. Which is okay. Let's see how they're doing. Well, I think if it wasn't for the fact, I mean, look at this. She's just still just chunking along there. We might actually make it. Just because he's just so tanky. Oh, man. Look at him go, though. They can't even get through his shield that he's building up. Go, Panda Man. Go, Panda Man. Go. Oh, I apologize, too. People have been... For some reason, I didn't realize my cat knocked my microphone about, 4 inches closer. So it caused, the peaks and valleys to be way different. And even my normal audio work couldn't make that, not have that, quiet, and then very loud. And it kind of gets annoying when it happens. All right, so we did get to hell. Okay, let's go retreat to the main town. Okay, so let's check our thing here. Let's go with, we can get this person up 3 levels, take them to 10. I want a speed, and I want that. And I think we're going to give, not strength necessarily. Oh, you know what? Let's go all in on that. Okay. So now we're all 10. That's not too bad. Let's check our quests real quick before we send them back out. Okay. You need any type of scroll, but it needs to be purple, maybe. Nope, you'll take it. So yeah, when you're first starting, if you can focus on some of these things, you can make a lot of resources for building your team. And if you get to that point, okay, let's use this talent scroll. So I want you to have rejuvenation, Mr. Panda Guy. So how do I use you? Oh, apparently I added it to him. Where do I find you? I have no idea where I find that information, but it seemed to have worked because the scroll disappeared. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Okay, now we've used the talent scroll, so we'll get some of that. I'll have to explore more to get to that part and actually have it make sense. But yeah, getting that, let's get them back out here. We're on hell. We're going to head and battle. I probably need to add a little bit of stats or... Oh yeah, I needed to get some more equipment. More... I still don't have a ring. Alright, over here we can craft... Let's craft 4 of those. 4 of those. Okay, we can craft... Yeah, we gotta go... Oof. Not a whole lot to work with there. Okay, let's do that. And that'll kind of get them going. In our shop, we actually do have some different stuff in here that we can get if we need to. It's not too bad. Ooh, what do these potions do? Oh, runes and spirituality. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in this game, and like, man, it's sometimes. All right, let's see how we're doing here. We're not doing too badly. Again, like we have a setup that we're going against. They have a healer, but we're gonna kill the healer because he's in the front row real fast. So I think one of the advantages of this guy when he started coming in, because he started doing a lot of damage and sometimes even more than our Mouseketeer here. And I think the big advantage to him is that he's hitting guys in the back, which tend to be the non-tanky things. So hopefully we might make this one. And if we did, we got another unlock, which will be great. All right. Oh. My audio decided to go, nah, check it out for a moment. Oh, man. We don't have we really need to heal. The windstorms definitely mess us up. We definitely need to heal quick. Even our regen on the equipment isn't quite working great. I gotta figure out what makes that what makes that mana come in faster, because it doesn't. There's got to be something I can do to get this guy more mana. Oh, he shielded himself up nicely too. Can we do it though? Like, we have, I think potentially we can. If not, we can start leveling them up a few more levels, because if we're this close right now, we can probably level them up a few levels and see a difference there. Oh, that definitely did not help me. I wonder if the mouse hits twice, and I've put tons of points in speed, and I wonder if that's it. Because sometimes he only hits once, but most of the time he's now hitting twice. I wonder if that's what speed does. Oh no, don't. Feel free to not hit the guy up top. With a pixel of life. Wouldn't want to actually kill somebody. Okay. So, we got that. Now, we have 5 turns to kill one... Toucan Sam? Oh no, he's Toucan Son of Sam. That's why we have to kill him. Hey, we did it! We did it! Yay! Okay, you guys continue to fight things that will probably stomp you into a hole. Alright, let's go see. Okay, we got the hunting lodge now. Hunt at the hunting lodge to obtain Jenin in unlocked stages. Interesting. Alright, let's complete that one. Alright, that's an interesting goal. A shield, but it's legendary or higher. I don't think I have any legendary or higher shields. I'm gonna say my shield's not so great. Alright, no, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, so now we have that. They're still out adventuring. They're not doing bad damage to it. Alright, but I think we need to give them some more advantages. So we need to farm more materials right now, but we need to give you like 2 more levels or so, maybe 3. We'll go with 4. Alright, agility is speed, which for him seems to be just magic. Let's get our... I'm actually going to put a point into each of these. And then the other... No, we'll go 2, because he's actually getting a little bit around on him on everything. Will not hurt him at all. So let's get him up there to there as well. Now he's a little more focused. I'm a little more focused on watching his strength go up real high and letting him just club things to death. I do wish we had a better shield for you. Alright, let's see. And up to 14 for you. We'll give it to you in strength, and then we'll give you these. And, you know, we could get him some speed, and that's probably not a bad idea. Let's get him up there. 14. I don't think we're going to be able to get everybody, so we'll have to focus on the healer next. Alright, let's get him some more strength. And get him a little bit of speed. And I think a little bit of endurance in that too. Alright, so our healer can go up to 14. Works for me. Keep going on the magic stat. And I think we're going to go on the speed stat for the rest of it. All right, where can we get you up to? You can, that's not too bad. Oh, wow, we have so many points that I have apparently not spent. When did that happen? Okay, this one's magic, so let's get that in there. 2 points in agility, 1 point in strength. Let's go with more agility on that one, because that'll increase the attack speed. All right, so let's retreat momentarily, and then now let's battle. Let's see. We did upgrade everything pretty good. Look, that initial hit was real big. We do have an unfortunate, they have 2 healers going on, which is maybe not going to be optimal. We're going to cheese that real quick. There we go. That should be a little easier. And that should get us a nice unlock for another building. If not, we're not going to be too far away. We just have to let it idle on and collect some materials in the background so we can upgrade them some more. But I think as long as we take that healer out, I think we got this. Yeah, there'll still unfortunately be audio quiet parts and loud parts because that's just kind of how I speak. But hopefully they'll be a little better. Kind of compress the window. I have to actually be a little bit farther from the microphone so that everything kind of attenuates to like almost the same with the way it does it, sets it up. A little more focus on the healer would be good. Sadly, that's one thing we are not able to do. Okay, well, we'll be right back. Let's see what quests we have here. So you want Shield Mastery. I happen to have one of those. So there's a good chunk more for our gen. All right, and I need to do some other stuff. We need to hunt at the Gen Lodge. How do we hunt? Oh, hunting lodge down here. Okay. So if I take here and then say here, okay, those are the ones we can get in each of these locations. Oh, interesting. So does this actually get me gen? Ooh, let's check that out. Okay, so possible gen encountered here. So let's go ahead and we'll dispatch this guy, this girl, and why is she red? I guess this guy. Start hunting. Oh, and how long does that take? 1 hour. We will not see the end of that. All right, how was our adventure doing? Okay, now that we've done some chores, Mouse is going down. That's not great for us because he does comprise a pretty good chunk of our damage. The vast majority still, although they're both starting to catch up a little bit more with the improvements that we've done to them. Just jacking up their damage. So that's not too bad. That means we still have a chance. They have no healing, which is, I mean, the Panda's just immortal at this point. Look at how much armor he has. He's just like, nah, I got this. Yawn. You guys just do what you gotta do, guys. It's all good. I'm just gonna panda myself over here. Yeah, we definitely need to get a couple heavy hitters, I think. But can we do it in 5 turns is the question. We've got them all kind of softened up. Well, you know, I think that answered my question. That is very strong, maybe. Okay, there we go. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, look at that. Like I said, this is like once you get a couple people with good stat lines on them, that's probably the most important point is checking this and just seeing if you get a good stat line because, man alive, that makes such a difference. I have to explore everything, but yeah, that's a crazy difference. Okay, so we have the hunt going. Our adventures. Oh, that's right. Our next one's on bush on that. So it's gonna be a little bit on that one. I think that's where it's gonna have to do a lot of like a lot of getting good equipment and things like that. So this is probably one where at this point I'm gonna have to start farming specific things so that I can actually like raise very specific things in here. So we got this. This is farming. We got a shop that we can also do draws too, which is kind of an interesting thing because you can get some interesting stuff. Does cost a little bit. This line cost 1,000, so I'm gonna assume it doubles each time. That would be my assumption. Maybe not true. Hopefully I gotta get 50. So, infinite tower. I don't think I've unlocked the infinite tower yet. All right, let's see. Oh, they're almost 10 rounds of the easier, and they're actually getting there too, which is pretty good. I mean, it is easy, but so yeah, definitely be on the lookout for those blue gin because. But I will say this: don't discount the green, or especially the green, but even some of these down here in the grays have some pretty decent stat lines, and you can see like over here in this place, it'll tell you what their stat line is. And some of these guys don't have terrible stat lines. Like this War Pig, this is not a bad stat line for what this guy does. He's going to do some pretty good damage, and he's going to live through almost everything. So even when you see those in the early game, it's maybe not, like, you don't necessarily have to go. Like this guy, he's got a fantastic stat line and did a ton of damage. I actually ended up reverting him to use the materials for somebody else. But you can get all these guys, and some of these guys, like I said, if you look at the stat line, sometimes even these gray ones are going to be good at, or I should say, having a starting stat line that is better than some of the other ones. So, like, he's got a good stat line for speed. Wow, he got a really good stat line for speed. He's a little bit of an all-arounder. These are your healers, too. So there's a lot to pay attention to. And once you start getting guys with the good stat lines, that's when you're going to be able to have guys just kind of cruising through these lower rounds. We're already up normal on this one. And just being able to do that stuff. So, yeah, this is one of those things. I like me some sort of dungeon party management while in idle games. That is one of those things that I truly like. So yeah, let's all right, so that probably should be about where we went. Let me check one thing real quick. Sorry, I want to double check if that was early access. So this is a full release. So yeah, I'll have a link to the Steam page in the description below. As idle games go, sort of party management idle games, I enjoy it. It's got a lot. You got a lot of different dudes too. There's a crazy amount of pets, and they have some pretty good looks. Like I said, like there's some cool stuff. Some of these guys look. This guy looks great. This guy looks amazing. Our flying guy looks good. You start looking at some of these guys, like a little flame worm there. We've got some dragons. There's some neat stuff going on. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. That'll be one of the games that I'm probably idling along in the background while I'm doing other stuff. So thank you for watching. This has been hold on. Sorry, I had to double check. I keep saying it in the wrong order. It's Fantasy Idle Dungeon. I was about to say Idle Fantasy Dungeon, but I think that's actually a different game. So I would not want to make that mistake. Thank you for watching. Again, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description if you wanted to pick this up for yourself. As idle games go, it's pretty fun. Ooh, we're never going to get through that one. Look at all that. All right. If you enjoy these, I do hope you come back for the next one. And most of all, as always, have a great day.